can't figure it out until we vote. That's fine too.
Yeah. Hello, hello. We are gearing up for another tribal council. Now at the final 6. So we're just going to give you a few extra moments to file in because I know you don't want to miss these last few rounds. So players have gathered and will be filing into the tribal council area in a little bit. And can we actually spread the chairs out a little less so that I'll just do it? Yeah, I just don't want to block anyone from being able to see Cam, and this chair is just wildly far away. None of this makes any sense anymore. Okay. We're gonna move this in. We're gonna move this in. And then I'm not gonna maybe block people. I don't really know what's just happened here, but yeah. Anyway, all right, cool. Okay, just some reconfigurations. Let me just show you. Ooh, wow. The gustiest gust of wind all week is happening right now. It is glorious. Here is our tribal council this year. Has gotten a major upgrade from last year. Lots of different stools, but many are now over in the jury section because there are now 7 jury members and soon to be 8.
No umbrella? Yeah, he's coming. Oh, okay.
All right, just getting the last few. No, you go for it. What? Yeah. Elaine, they're requesting a photo of the top 6 because they're really proud that they got to this moment.
I'll be sure to tell Dan that you said.
Our official photographer is now going to take the photo, but not on camera because she's not into that. She likes holding the camera, but not being on camera.
Hey, I agree with that one.
Well, bad news for you, Cam, because you're one of the, stars of tribal council along with all the players and the jury. So, all right, let me get into place.
All right, come on in, guys.
All right, and now filing in Sarah, Jordan, Bennett, Kelsey, Kyle, and Nina, immune from the last challenge.
All right, I'll now bring in the jury.
And here comes the jury, maybe? Nick, can we see their progress? Oh, fun.
Can I run and grab water if they're not even there? I'm empty.
Quick, yep.
All right.
There's actually water right here, Bennett.
We moved so quickly that, jury's still hanging out in Ponderosa, not wanting to leave their life. They have 2 6-person tents set up over there. They're chilling. All right. Bennett over here hydrating. It is the hottest day that we've had out here so far. Temperatures are going to get up into the 90s. Get excited. But we're hoping to be not in it for long. And I think I hear some jury chatter. They are making their way over to tribal council. Probably wanting to make a dramatic entrance. Fashionably late, I don't know. For once, I was on time / early and everyone else was late.
I'll now bring in the jury. Alyssa, Michael, I guess that's it. Declan, Sarah, Kyle, Bobby, and Daniel voted out at the last tribal council. All right, so last tribal council, Bennett made an observation about the jury in that it is mainly, if not all, former Reds and former Blues. Nina, as the only remaining Red, did you feel like if you didn't have that necklace on, you were about to join them?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And now that you have that necklace, what type of move have you made? Is it just, all right, anyone but me, or is it time to flip it, flip the game on its head?
I mean, I feel like in a position that I'm in now, it's best since I had a little bit of power to kind of make some moves with people who I think I can work with in the future, so that hopefully I'm not going next. Yeah.
Yep.
Sounded
good
like
to
I
me.
was going to say more, but I didn't have anything.
Well, Kelsey, I mean, I commented last time that, you know, if Bennett, you know, has his eyes set on potentially going to the end with people that were former Grays, I mean, that leaves you and Jordan out. So, I mean, how did you react to that?
To be honest, I'm not completely worried about that aspect. I am worried right now. There's been a couple names thrown out, but I think there's two predominant ones, and I think I'm one of them. So,
What's the other?
well, that's the question.
Sure.
I think Nina obviously is safe, and I think Kyle's safe. I think that's the only two people that can confirm for safe.
Okay. Kyle, why do you feel like, why are you safe?
I don't know. I don't feel safe around the necklace, so obviously anything can happen tonight. That could just be her kind of summing up, feel like I'm in a good position so that I don't play anything. So I think
Did
that's
you hear your name out there?
I didn't, but nobody's going to tell me if it's me at this point. I think we're all here to play, and if somebody's trying to make a move, we still are worried about idols being played, and so you don't want to necessarily tell the person that they are in trouble if they're actually in trouble.
Yeah, speaking of idols being played, Bennett, you played your idol last tribal council, did not receive a vote. Are you feeling extra vulnerable now that there's no, you know, added protection? Are you, you know, kicking yourself for that sort of move?
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to keep it. My gut told me to use it, so I feel fine with it. My gut was wrong. I just played the game now, which kind of sucks. But that's the game. I would rather, you know, misplay it and still be here than to not play it and potentially have gone out.
Yeah, very fair. Sarah, so this is really, I mean, when we're here, your only chance to kind of show this group here what you're doing, how you're playing, who you're working with. Do you feel like, you know, you're able to do that? Do you feel like the jury has a good sense of what your game is?
I mean, it's hard because it's kind of, I remember a couple of tribals ago that you asked Nina a question. She's like, all right, let me just lay it all out for you. I feel like it's hard sometimes because you have to kind of have this balance between, you know, showing some of what you're doing, but also kind of keeping some cards close because you really never know if, like, your words could just change the vote or change whatever can happen here. So it's kind of that tough little balance. So at the end of the day, I can't read anybody's mind, so hopefully, I don't know, maybe I'll get to be able to explain my story, but and if not, I will when I join them.
Yeah. So Jordan, I mean, the game's been going a mile a minute. How many different final twos, final threes have you, you know, been offered throughout this day?
I've been offered final twos and threes from people that have betrayed me in the past, so that mathematical equation is not valid. So I think people are starting to think of what that will look like, but like Nina said, she felt very vulnerable this time. She has a necklace, and that potentially could have changed what was about to happen right now. So I think it really is one step at a time, one tribal at a time. And I think our minds are constantly trying to like rearrange and order people. And I'd be lying if like I'm sure everybody is thinking about that constantly. So.
Yeah. Kelsey, there was a lot of whispering at the last tribal council. Did that change anything, or did the plan start at one place and end at the exact same place?
Maybe short or the long one.
I'll take whichever one you're. I love the long answer, and I'm sure the jury would too.
Yep.
I'm trying to decide.
But it's okay if you give me the short one.
Can you repeat the question?
There was a lot of whispering at the last tribal council. I mean, is that what ended up happening, which was, you know, a vote for Daniel? Was that where we came into tribal with, or is that something that happened because of what happened at tribal and all that whispering?
The plan was the plan.
Okay. And I assume you all have your plan right now and you're ready to vote?
I would be remiss not to put my face a little bit. Not that anybody's literally on the fence. When you send these shares, you pretty much know who you're going to vote for. So it's going to be me. It's probably going to be me. But I would just say I think sometimes people get too caught up in like the threat of it all. Like, oh, she's a threat, he's a threat, blah, blah. Or they take what people say say as they're leaving, like, and too much in consideration. I would say people just need to vote based on their relationships, not their like anybody's like threat level per se. And I think the relationships that I formed should be good enough to get me through this vote. It's just a matter of if people vote on that or not.
Okay. Well said. Let's get to the vote. Kyle, you'll start. We'll just move the cameras over.
All right, away we go. Gonna go back to our usual hangout spot so that we can talk all about what we've heard and what has transpired over the last round. While we walk over, a couple of you were saying, oh, did only 2 people bring in their stuff? People must be feeling comfy if they're, not all bringing their stuff into tribal council. But they actually all have their belongings with them at tribal council because they won't really be going back to camp today because everything is going to be tribal challenge strategy, tribal challenge strategy, tribal. A lot of them have opted to leave their stuff just at tribal council to make it easier so they don't have to tote everything around as they strategize or as they, let's see, sorry, there's no shade in the spot that I normally sit. So I think I'll go a little farther back because I'd rather go farther away from the tribal council than closer, just in case. I really don't think anyone can hear me, but I want to be super sure. So we're just gonna sit right in the middle of Can You Survive 2021's Blue Camp? And yeah, it'll be great. So let's see. Question, are there idols in play anymore or was Bennett's the last and only one? So yes, let's talk about Bennett's idol. So he said just now that his gut told him to play the idol. And therefore he played it and misplayed it. What he did not mention is that Kyle M and he had put a plan into place where Kyle M would give him a signal at the last tribal council if he needed to play the idol. Kyle then gave him the signal knowing full well that no votes were heading his way and baiting him into playing the idol incorrectly. So Bennett was led astray by Kyle from my understanding. And now, I believe Kyle is wanting to eliminate Bennett. So I believe Kyle has his sets on Bennett. And again, we heard a little bit about from Kelsey about threat levels versus relationships. A lot of players have now in this endgame been assessing threat levels. That's why Bobby was voted out. That's why Daniel was voted out. And now that's why Bennett is in the sights of some people. Bennett is gunning for Kelsey in this vote, believing that she is absolutely not with him. And to answer the other part of their question, so there is one idol remaining in this game, but I do not believe that anyone has received it. Bennett has a map that he shared with Sarah to the last idol in the game. However, I don't believe that either of them have figured it out. It is literally a map of like the challenge area and shows a wood pile, then shows a path into some trees, and it says 15 paces on it. Neither Bennett or Sarah has actually entered past the tree line and into the forest, which is where the idol is. They've just been hanging out near the wood pile, which is a little surprising, given how many other idols Bennett has managed to find, that this one would elude him. Let's see. In the last round to play the idol would be the final 5. It could have been played here at the final 6. Next round is the last time that it could be played. Let's see. Jordan making an interesting comment about the necklace around Nina's neck, saying that perhaps that could have changed the outcome of the vote here. Nina also perceived as a big jury threat due to, you guys heard the jury just roaring with laughter when Nina would speak. Obviously, she is well liked. So there is that. Bennett has also been talking about just how much blue and red is on this jury. I do not know if he's been thinking about that for a while or if Daniel's speech at the last tribal council really got his mind at work. But I believe Bennett is hoping to stick with the grays of, I mean, I guess Sarah and Kyle, although I'm assuming Bennett knows that he was, you know, misplayed, but maybe gonna look past it and hope it was just an idle flush and not a complete turn on him, because I believe Bennett is thinking his shot is the best sitting next to gray. I believe there's maybe also been talk of throwing some votes on Bennett and some votes on Sarah again. So I'm not entirely sure, but I believe, you know, I believe it'll be one of those three. So yeah, we will see. I'm just gonna check and see if you guys had any more questions that I might have missed. Let's see. Yeah, I do not think so. But anyway, so that is the tea. Every player now, of course, in the final 6, looking ahead to the final tribal council. It's so important to not only figure out what your path is to get there, but also to figure out, well, who do I want to be sitting next to me? It is really important as the game progresses to be considering where the jury might vote. And I've just gotten the signal that it's time to go back, so I'll head back. But of course, I mean, it's a huge feat to get to FTC, the final tribal council, and it's another feat to have enough jury votes to win it all. So 6 will soon become 5, and we are heading out back to tribal to see what's about to go down. All right, I am now back in the tribal council area. Jury trying to block some of the sun with some umbrellas. It is real hot out here. Oh, that music is really loud. Here's our final 6, just awaiting the vote. And here comes Cam. Oh, sorry, I don't know where I should stand. Maybe here.
All right. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play one, now would be the time to do so. I'll get to the votes. First vote, Kelsey. Second vote, Tara. Third vote, Bennett. 1 vote each. Next vote, Bennett. Fifth vote, Bennett. The next person voted out of Can You Survive 2022, and the 8th member of our jury, Bennett.
Good luck. Oh man.
Ooh, that was a fun action, Sean.
Bennett. Proud to spoke.
Thanks, Cam.
All right, and we are following Bennett out of the final tribal council area, still on live stream. We will go a little ways and, as always, pick his brain, get his thoughts. Any initial things you want to share as we make our way?
I should have listened to Kelsey. So Kelsey and I connected at the merge, and I hadn't met her until then, and we connected really well. We gelled really well, and she was going to be the vote this time, or so my alliance told me. And unfortunately, the axe dropped on me, and I probably should have seen it coming. I think it makes sense. I do think I had a good chance of winning, but I wanted to go for Kelsey this round just because I felt like she has a huge...
You can drop your stuff. Sorry.
A huge group of people on the jury who would vote for her, and I really felt like Kyle was being straight up. I'm trying to remember what the votes were exactly. So Kelsey voted for Sarah. I voted for Kelsey, and the other 4 voted for me. Little bitches. Yeah, so Kyle was my #1 ride or die. Honestly, I don't know who between him and Sarah who I would vote for. I'm really glad I'm not glad they made the move because I lost, but it's like I feel like that was honest. I can see why it's smarter for them to do that. So it's absolutely no hard feelings. I've had the best time. I'm exhausted. I smell disgusting, and I'm ready to go home and eat. But I highly recommend doing this to anybody who's watching that's considering applying. It is real and it is gross in many ways, but it is so much fun. You meet amazing people, and I have 0 hard feelings for anybody I played with, anybody left in the game. They're all awesome, and I'm really excited to watch them duke it out and give my jury vote to one of them for the grand prize. So we'll see where it goes.
Awesome. Well, you did make it to the final day here.
Yeah.
Day 5 had a lot of experiences throughout. Can you just speak about your experience out here?
My experience out here was great. I think the thing that I didn't realize is how slow the days go by when you don't have like you're sitting. You do a lot of sitting around at camp that you don't usually see if you're like watch the show, and you really start to build bonds with people, especially when you have like little to nothing. You're eating nothing. You don't have your cell phone, and so there really aren't those distractions. And so when you're thrown into the game and into the elements and you have so little, you bond really quickly with people and you build these what feels like really intense relationships really quickly. And I think that's why some people who have left the game, there has been so much emotion around it. But it really is like an incredible opportunity. Learning about all the different charities that people are playing for, I think was one of the best parts about this. Seeing how many people were so devoted to the mission of each of their individual charities was really, really crazy. And to say that we were part of raising over 20 grand for a bunch of like little idiot Survivor fans who wanted to go live in the woods for a weekend is like it's not bad. So I hope they continue doing this game, and I hope the next time you guys can get to 50,000 or 100,000, and
we love that.
Yeah, hopefully we can get more people out here. But it's been like an incredible experience, and definitely ready to take a shower. So yeah.
Awesome. Can you share a favorite moment with us out here?
Man, my favorite moment. I think one of my favorite moments was probably the first night falling asleep completely just under the stars. It was amazing, and we had a woman on my tribe, Tabitha, who was telling us her ghost stories because she's a ghost hunter, and just getting to interact with so many people that I wouldn't necessarily get to interact with in New York on a daily basis. And just meeting all the people here has been really, really great. Working remote, you're like behind a computer all day and you're talking to people through Zoom. And so to be live and in person with people and to play like my favorite game with them was really amazing. I think second to that, probably the relief of getting to the merge and being able to celebrate that and feeling like we hit that big milestone that everyone was playing for. Finding 2 idols, winning an immunity. I'm proud of the game I played. I wish I had played the idols correctly. I wish I had saved it for this round. It would have been more useful. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. Hindsight is 2020, and it is what it is. I'm happy with the game I played. I'm still happy with the outcome, even if I wasn't the last one standing.
Awesome. And you brought it up earlier, everyone is playing for amazing causes out here, including you. So before we let you go, can you please just let the viewers know who you were playing for? It's your chance to shout them out.
Yeah, so I was playing for DKMS. They are an international bone marrow and stem cell donation registry. So they pair blood cancer patients with life-saving donations in the form of stem cells and bone marrow. And so highly recommend checking them out, dkms.org, and you can get a swab kit at home to get swabs so you're added to the registry, and maybe you too can help to save somebody's life one day if you're found to be a match.
Awesome. Well, we will find out exactly how much money you've raised for them later today, but this is not the last time that we will see you. We will see Bennett at every tribal council, including the last, where he will have a part in crowning the winner of Can You Survive 2022. So Bennett, thank you so much for playing. Congrats on your game, and you can go and at least eat right now. Yes. So you can head on down there. Enjoy.
Sorry, I smell so bad.
All right, and with that, we are down to the final 5. typically a moment where some big moves can be made. So get excited. I know the next challenge was being, set up. And Bennett was saying, you know, he hopes that we keep bringing people out here, we keep it going. And yes, we have actually already started planning for Can You Survive 2023. We have been, we already have a whole spreadsheet for it, and we know the theme. So get excited because you will absolutely have a chance to apply if you are interested. More information to come at the end of the game. Looks like our players are sitting with Brandon, potentially being explained the challenge. So I will sign off for now, and we will be back probably in the next couple of minutes. So don't go far. Keep an eye on your Facebook and hop on back when we go live very, very soon.